and there's multiple people inside that supermarket. I don't know if you were able to see them on camera, but as soon as I walked in the front door, they came walking out of the back rooms. So I read online that the property owner who owns this, he doesn't allow police onto the property for some reason. Now there's a police officer behind me. Here we are walking onto the property. Huge parking lot, completely overgrown now. The shopping center dates back to the early 1980s, and it was never renovated, so a lot of the stores are exactly how they were when they opened. A super post-apocalyptic looking location today. I'm really excited to check this place out. Today we're checking out a really cool looking location here in New York. We're in the city of Elmira, a city with a bunch of abandoned and historic houses that I've been documenting for the last couple of days. And I find myself at this abandoned shopping center known as Erie Shopping Center. And this place was established in 1983, right in this residential community behind me. It served this community for over 30 years until one by one, each one of these businesses started to go out of business. And according to Facebook posts, the owner is kind of neglectful of this property, leaving it in such disrepair. We're going to be exploring the remains of all these old businesses. The old signs are here. The businesses are so old, and I can't wait to show you guys around. So let's walk around and give you guys the tour. We're going to be going left to right. And starting on the left, we have a dollar food grocery store. And all these other businesses were tool stores, hardware stores. There was a pharmacy here, an auto detailing. And down there is an additional shopping center. I think they sold all sorts of things, not just food, but discount clothes, appliances, pretty much a department store. And there's so much history about this place online. The community behind me really loved this location, but it has fallen into the hands of local criminals, homelessness. Now I'm here alone, so I'm going to be documenting what I can. It's so apocalyptic here. All the overgrown grass, which actually matches the building since I'm here in the autumn. We're gonna go inside this old supermarket. There's some people coming out of the business here. So I'm here early in the morning to record. I found this place last night. The lighting was bad. The sun was right behind the shopping center, so I couldn't get good lighting. And I just came here early, 9 o'clock in the morning, and there's multiple people inside that supermarket. I don't know if you were able to see them on camera, but as soon as I walked in the front door, they came walking out of the back rooms. There was a cat there also. And yesterday I saw a bunch of homeless encampments back by the loading docks where it's kind of covered. They've made makeshift buildings with pallets and such, and I'm here alone. so this is getting kind of dangerous. I'm thinking the homeless people are just waking up about now, but it's pretty dangerous here, kind of sketchy. I'm outnumbered by people, and I have expensive camera equipment, so I gotta take everything cautiously. They were walking towards me as I was walking in, but since I've left, they haven't walked out of the building, so I don't know, we're gonna keep sneaking around. Over here, this was the other department store. They sold a lot of coats, appliances, anything you really need, anything that you would get at Walmart, Target. A lot of department stores were family owned before these big corporations took over every town. And I'm still sneaking around the outside here, and I'm hearing footprints and I'm hearing footsteps inside the building. I'm trying to document this the best I can, but there are people inside, 100%. This business here is Jim's Gym. Wow, this room is filled with stars and other colors. This was definitely like a waiting room for children to sit and play with other kids while their parents hit the gym. But other than that, this room is empty. Whole building, huge warehouse. So right back there is the loading docks. That's where people are sleeping. That's where I saw the people back there. So I'm gonna try tiptoeing that direction. I just saw multiple people, like 3 other people hanging out by the loading docks. This is one of the only explores that I've done where it feels like I'm really in the post-apocalyptic world right now, because there's just like a raider settlement behind the shopping center that I'm tiptoeing around. I just saw them walk behind me. Still got a bunch of shopping carts over here, lined up next to the entrance. The shopping carts still have the name of a store on it. Sure Fine Food Mart. There's a ghost sign right here. Undersold. P-E-N, open. Open 10 a.m. Yep, open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. I don't know what the rest of the sign says, but this is the original storefront. You could see where the windows were and the original doors. place is torn up. All the shopping carts are in here. The roof is gone. And it's like it's a shopping cart shrine in here. Here's a shopping cart from the other store we were in. Dollar Zone. Made its way over here. Most of the tiles have been removed, I guess just from wear and tear since its abandonment, but little bits here and there. You could see the original pink and white. Obviously it's been super faded since then. But that was the old supermarket tile. Unicorn pillow. Imagine sleeping in this place. Vodka bottles. There's some serious activity here. Look, there's even firewood stored here in this corner. So there's certainly some activity going on in here. Just whole trees growing in here now. This is a huge opening here. This probably was the back room area of the supermarket, and there's a huge fire pit in the center here. This place at night would be really creepy, considering people live in here. So apocalyptic just to be inside this old vacant building with a fire. Doesn't even seem like the 21st century at that point. Seems like some sort of fiction novel in the future. So over here in the back corner, it looks like this was probably the manager's office. We have some wood paneling from the 70s. And I noticed in this corner, not only do we have a beautiful modern art display of shopping carts, we have a rusted safe just rotting in that corner. And they obviously couldn't get that open, and they couldn't take that out of here. So that's really one of the only remnants inside this place of the actual market. Pretty cool find. So on this side of the entrance, I can make out it says E-L-M-I-R-A, Elmira. I can't read. It says S-T, so street, Q-U. I can't make it out. I'm not sure what this says. Maybe somebody could let me know from a community here what this sign used to say. And only time is exposing it, because you could see the layers of blue and white painted over the yellow. So I read online that the property owner who owns this whole strip of stores, he doesn't allow police onto the property for some reason. Because it is private, you have to go up this huge driveway. There were cameras on this building, but they all have been cut with wires. And people from this neighborhood, the residential neighborhood right behind me, have reported people on the roofs, neighborhood kids, drug dealers, people doing drugs. There's a lot of shady people hanging out in the shopping center, and the property owner and the police don't really do anything about it. So it's kind of left like just no man's land, like a lawless part of this community, just left abandoned and forgotten about, except by the people in this community who's affected directly by it. I've made it to the far end of the building. It's been about 15 minutes since I saw the people inside the supermarket and the people behind in the loading docks, but I'm gonna head back to the shopping center with my super powerful flashlight so I could blind them before they could even make me out. So let's go do that. Look how foggy it just got too. The ambience is perfect right now for this abandoned shopping center. I just wish the people behind it weren't equally as creepy. So it wasn't until I started going back into the building when my survival instincts started to kick off. Immediately, I didn't see anybody, but I started to hear voices, as you could hear right now. And I didn't know where those voices were coming from. It sounded like they were coming from directly above me, so I paced back and forth, went towards the front door at one point until I eventually turned around and realized that the people who I originally saw in the beginning of the video were above my head smoking drugs the entire time. And this is the raw footage of me finding that out, just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory as to what you're looking at. Exploring can bring all sorts of different survival instincts out of you, and I knew immediately when I walked in that room that something was off. I hear you guys. You're chill though. Okay. I'm just exploring, alright?
You're just smoking.
I smell you before I heard you, don't worry. You're good. Dude, that's actually a pretty chill spot up there.
I know, right? We're hotboxing. We're trying to hotbox.
I'll leave you guys to it. I saw you guys before, but you sketched me out a little bit. So, but it's cool to hear you guys are chill. That's a cool sign over there. Everything is $1 or less. There's old televisions everywhere here. These fatback TVs. This was an old supermarket though. You could see where the dairy section was. I love all the retro signs. Frozen foods. Just a bunch of random stuff. This place is filled with a lot of desks and chairs. It looks like they were trying to sell a lot of this stuff. All the TVs. This is definitely abandoned in the 90s. It's a graveyard of fatback TVs. gonna walk into the back rooms, see how far we can get there without being scared of somebody else. It's filled with food boxes, Velveeta, other random brands. So now I'm outside. I'm on the opposite end. Over there is where the homeless people are encamped underneath the loading dock over there. We're right next to a train track. You could see the maintenance car driving on the tracks. But back here is like a different world. I could see so many smoke marks on the wall back there in the loading dock area from homeless people putting fires in the winter. It gets freezing up here, so that's what they gotta do. There's so much stuff over there. I don't really want to walk over there because I did see people and there could be anybody in the woods. Nobody's gonna be as chill as those stoners we just saw in there. So coming around the side of the building, we have the building with all the homeless people and activity on our left, and to our right we have suburbia. These people, the only thing that's separating their backyard and their homes from potential illegal activity is this small fence. And it's just so crazy to think, you know, to live in this area and wonder when this is gonna leave. There's garbage scattered everywhere throughout here. We have so many mattresses sprawled out. Look, adjustable comfort. Somebody a homeless person got a mattress delivered here. How does that even end up here? Now there's a police officer behind me. How's it going? I'm just taking pictures. I saw some people in the building. They're on the rooftop of this one behind us. Yeah. And there's some people in the loading dock back there. You probably already know about some of that activity though.
Yeah, they've been in here, but the place just got bought out, so they're gonna get out of there soon.
That's good.
Yeah, so.
I saw stuff online saying that the previous property owner didn't let police on the property or something. I saw that on a Facebook group.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know what the whole story is with that, but
okay.
He doesn't have the property anymore, so.
Okay, well that's good to see that these people in these neighborhoods won't have to deal with this crap.
Yeah. Some other company bought it out. They're gonna tear the building down at some point. I thought it was gonna be done already, but
yeah.
Apparently working on it.
Okay.
But, yeah, so they're here for now.
You're just doing rounds?
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure.
Okay.
What's going on besides that.
Okay, yeah, it seems okay. I don't smell any fire or anything, just kids smoking weed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Alright, well, good seeing you. Yeah, thanks. That was the chillest police encounter I've ever had my entire life. I don't even understand how that just went so well. And I'm behind this abandoned building. That's so weird. But anyway, he said that the building just got bought out. And he's just checking to see if there's no foul play going around here. And just like that, he's leaving. So peculiar. I feel safe now, at least. Still got some more beds over here. Huge television. This place place is really a dump. You guys just missed the cop that came back here. They're brain dead. This is one of the other businesses here. This one's like stripped out, and the homeless people have been using this building as just a garbage disposal. Next to the supermarket, we have Al's Tool Crib, and I read online this place has been here since the very beginning. I saw articles and advertisements from 1983, very retro. And before the gym was there and an auto detailing spot next to it, these two buildings were a gymnastics studio. And I read online a lot of people have fond memories coming here. So it's sad to see this place get demolished, but I came here just in time. Alright everybody, thank you for joining me on another exploration here in America, exploring a forgotten property with a ton of history. And it was a pretty cool experience being here, embracing the sights of these old, overgrown shopping centers from the 80s, seemingly look like they're out of a post-apocalyptic film. Having run-ins with the people inside, homeless, police, and, you know, coming out alright. I love seeing the old retro signs from the grocery store and just everything left behind. This place is beautifully abandoned is what I was going to say before my camera died. I just want to thank you guys for joining me on another video. I got here just in time, like the police officer said. The entire shopping center is going to be demolished. It's a good thing for the people of this community, considering there's a lot of drug and criminal activity occurring in their backyard. But as for me, a historian who loves buildings that have been taken back by Mother Nature in a weird, just evolutionary way that Mother Nature takes back everything, I find beauty in that. And this example that I filmed today, I'm very thankful I was able to film it for the future. If you're from Elmira, or maybe you're not from there, but you have memories or knowledge of the history, please comment down below any memories you have in this shopping center. I document these places so people in the future and the present could reminisce in their past, places they've been to. It sparks memories. Just being around structures that have the handwritten text, and any building built before the internet, to me, has a little bit more heart and character into it than other buildings. But maybe you could let me know your opinion. That's how I feel when I enter these buildings from a different time period, and today we did just exactly that. It felt like we were in a post-apocalyptic movie all day, from the decaying structures to the people that we were hiding from and sneaking around. Just a very eerie place. Fitting, because it's Erie Shopping Center. But like the cop said, it's going to be demolished, and I document these videos so the people of the future could see what was in their community, what their parents went through, what their grandparents went through, and history lives on. And I think these places are just as important as big structures like big malls that serve communities for greater purposes usually. But this is still American history. I love it. Let me know if you guys love it. I'm going to be going around America documenting so many more places just like this. So hit follow, hit subscribe, hit the like button, comment if you want. If you don't want to do that, then just don't. It's that simple. And that's going to be it. So if I do see you next time, that'll be chill. And until then, peace out, guys.